So here we are.
Here
Um, Here we are today. And it's a
we
beautiful, beautiful day, okay, in the world.
in the
Um, I,
world.
yes, in my world, I don't know about nobody else's, okay? I have to concentrate. Hi, Florence, how are you today? Good to see you.
This is
Kathleen, beautiful day in the world today, okay? Yes,
I'm still here. Just
okay, it's okay. I told you, don't sweat the small stuff,
Oh,
okay?
yeah, sweating it
We,
because it's literally every single time. So I understand that now, and I should. What I really need to do is just start giving myself enough time to prepare for the technical difficulties that I know are going to occur. So, but that's okay.
Sometimes we cannot anticipate, okay? So that's why
Right.
you have to give yourself some grace, okay?
Well, I'm
Give
giving
yourself
myself.
some grace. Okay. You got this. We got this, okay? It's really great to see you too, okay? I was just waiting a few minutes more to see if we can get some more people in before we get this party started, okay?
Sure,
Juan,
sure.
Juan Pablo. Love it, okay? Thank you for being here. Okay, we just waiting for Okay, we just waiting for some more souls here. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Good to see you today. Yes, we are here.
We are.
Community. Okay, we're gonna have this conversation today. And so what I'm going to do while we're waiting, okay, because we're not gonna wait very, very long because we want to be respectful of your time. Okay. And so, Margaret Williams, I am the publisher of The Empowered Leader. Okay. I help marginalized leaders survive power systems and start leading with freedom, influence, and authority. And all you guys have the authority that you need to be successful. Hi, Selena. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time, girl. It's good to see you. We wrote this article about the altar. Ooh, I need to repurpose that. Okay, she is powerful. Everybody here is powerful. Don't
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
We have to utilize our skills,
Hmm.
talents, and gifts. Okay, bringing it to the world. You're doing this every day, and
Yep.
I see you pouring out your hearts out there. And keep it up. Keep it up. That's how we make positive change in the world. Okay, keep it up. All right. So introduce myself, but I am here today with Natasha K. Okay, she is the publisher of Truth She Wrote. So automatically, she is a like-minded individual, and we embrace you. Okay,
Well, thank you so much. And actually, that's the first time I've heard anybody say the name of my publication out loud, and I really like that.
okay.
So thank you for giving that mention. For anybody who doesn't know or doesn't already follow me, my name is Natasha. I live on the East Coast. I'm a mom of two, college, and then I have one kid in elementary school. And I'm here, really, I mention this a lot, but it's actually what brought me here is my experience working on the Biden and then Harris campaigns and my experience with the DNC over the course of 2024 and everything that I saw that was wrong. And I didn't really have anywhere to talk about it because the colleagues that did speak out were suppressed, and we were also um, reminded of things that we shouldn't say as like some sort of scare tactic. And I don't believe in that. So I'm not going to be suppressed. I'm not going to be oppressed. You're not going to tell me what to do. And so I'm
Oh,
here speaking my truth, and I'm here trying to fight against racism, against fascism. I have children, and I just feel so strongly about the fact that they are going to be the carriers of what we're doing right now. And I know I'm not going to be here forever. And so it's for the kids. That's what I think I'm discovering through Substack and just through life. And I I've always felt this. I've had dreams about it, but like I feel so passionately about children and about education and um shit, that's why I'm here, you know. We have to combat all of the lies and the bullshit and but I also love this space because we have places here with Margaret where, you know, it doesn't always have to be so heavy. And, you know, with all of the bad that's happening, there is so much good coming out of it. It's like being extracted from the evil, like the good. We're starting to see who our allies are. We're starting to see our power. And I really, really, really want people to understand how much power you actually have. There are so many things that you can do. If you can't get out of your seat, you can write emails, you can post the truth, you can
The
restack,
phone.
hit up the phones, text messaging, phone banking, whatever it might be, but we have so much power and, you know, I worry about this platform now, um, changing all of that. So while we have the time, while we have the freedoms, let's seize the opportunity and speak out and flood the zone with truth and love and light
Peace.
and peace. Yes, definitely peace.
So that's the reason why Natasha and I had a discussion prior. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? Because I don't want to dwell on politics, but it is so ingrained a part of our daily lives hourly, so we cannot escape it. And I was telling some other content creators, and we were talking about the same things. Like, we don't want to talk about politics and we don't want to talk about religion. Well, hell, this is the world we live in today. Okay, we cannot escape. We cannot run. We have to go through it in order to feel the positive change that we want to see in the world and see the positive change. So we are forced to talk about these things. But today we are changing gears and we're talking about hope as a rebellion. Okay, taking action and reclaiming our authority. That's what we're going to talk about today. How do we use our power, okay, reclaim our authority? And honestly, these things is happening in the world is forcing us to look in the mirror,
Mhm.
okay, and face the truth within ourselves in order to change the world. Okay, so talk to me about this.
I mean, you know, for me, I feel like hope as a rebellion is them trying to suppress us and them trying to scare us and them doing everything that they can to avoid accountability and telling the truth and just being good human beings. And I feel like with so much evil in the world, like there has to be something good, you know, and are going through so much right now as a people, you know, in all facets. It doesn't matter where you come from. We are all experiencing things that, you know, a lot of us have already been experiencing, but there are new facets of fascism that, you know, are, you know, making life more difficult. But I think that, you know, as we see certain things like, um, you know, Zoran Mamdani getting elected. You know, we are seeing that people are wanting to like soak in the truth right now. People are desperate for truth. That's why this platform has grown so exponentially is because a lot of people that are telling the truth are here. And that's just the way that it is right now. And so I feel like while we're here, let's seize this opportunity to do what we can to flood the zone. Even if you don't write yourself, you can restack things. You can share these things on your other social media platforms. You can email them. You can take them to your congressmen and city councilmen and things like that. And I don't think we realize that we actually can just get up and do these things. Like even myself, these are things that you know, I'm not sitting around waiting to find out like who can I get in contact with that could do this. No, I'm just going to look it up and just do it. And if I get turned away because I needed to do something ahead of time, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like I just think that we didn't realize how much power we had. And so everything that's occurring right now, all of the negative things that are going on in our country and the world, there's so much good coming out of that because we are starting to like realize how important humanity is, like how important it is to feel, how important it is to just see other humans on, a different level because we are all going through something right now. So I just feel like this is the time to like snowball that energy and do something good with it. Flood the zone, combat the lies, just don't let them get away with it. We're don't let them get away with it because they will try to go through another loophole, and we can block it if we're on the offense. So we have a lot of power, and that's why I feel like hope is a form of rebellion, because if we don't have hope, if we don't realize that we have this power, um then we're not going to utilize it. But if we understand our power, because we have hope, because we know we have seen positive change, or we do know that certain things are possible, then that's our form of rebellion, is, doing what we can to try to make that hope become reality.
So where that starts is with ourselves. Okay?
Yeah,
We must have hope. If we have lost hope for ourselves, how can we help anyone else? Okay?
exactly.
We cannot. So we have to first work on ourselves. Okay? We have to get off the pity pot, get off the floor, and say, what can I do right now?
Right.
Okay? To help myself. We got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves, because a lot of times we put ourselves in these situations that we find ourselves. Okay?
Mhm.
Don't point the finger outward, point the finger inward and look in the mirror. Okay? Because
Right.
if you're gonna help somebody else, you gotta come right. Okay? You can't help somebody else if you are lost. Okay?
Right.
So that's where we need to start. Because we don't want to be like the blind leading the blind. Okay?
Right. And I just to expand on that, I feel like a lot of people are realizing, starting to self-reflect more in this time, again, because we're experiencing hardships and things that we never thought that we would ever face. And, we're struggling with finances more than we ever have. Prices are going up. Everybody is feeling it except for the very, very people at the top. And even they are still trying to find ways to make more money while we're literally like trying to siphon our lives and our beings. And I'm not going to allow that. I have power. I have a voice. I can try to help somebody else and encourage them to do the same. And I can fight for the things that I get angry about and the things that I think really matter, because down the road, they are going to matter. And down the road, what we do now is going to set a precedent in some way for what happens in the future. And I want our children to be able to have their minds. I want them to be able to think. I want them to be able to feel, and yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just
Yeah, because you just struck a nerve, because we have been conditioned that we need to conform to the status quo. And
right.
I say to my daughter, no, you don't. No, you don't. You follow your own mind. You do what you feel in your heart is right. I don't give a damn what they say over there. Let them go fall in the river. Not you. You go the other way. You know better. Okay? So when we know better, we do better.
Mhm.
Okay? That's the whole point of continuous learning. Okay? Without that, you're down here. You're going to stay down here. Okay? So, what can we do? All right? We know that hope is something that comes from within. It's something that we cultivate,
Mhm.
okay? And we nurture,
Right.
okay? So each conversation that we have, okay? That's an opportunity to ingrain this change mindset in people. Every conversation, okay, you may not know the impact that you're making, but trust and believe you're making impact. And I was thinking about that today, and I look at some of my posts and I see maybe two likes or whatever, and I was like, that's okay, because that message is out there. Trust and believe that it makes people think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not about the likes. It's not
Right.
about the popularity, all that. It's about getting the message out to the masses and
Yes.
helping people to wake up to what's happening in this world, and that we need to make change. Because if we don't make the change, somebody else gonna make the change for us, and that change may not be something that you want or desire.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
remember that. You gonna let other people dictate to you? No, I don't think so. Not at all.
No. Nope. Um, the snitch says that faith, hope is not enough. True faith is. What are your thoughts on that, Margaret?
That's really, you know, based on a person's experience and where they're a product. We are a product of our environment. Okay. So my upbringing, I grew up in a Baptist church. Okay. But it was hypocritical. Okay. And that's why I rejected it, because you're going to tell me I have to live by this standard, but you don't even live by the standard that you set. So
That part.
to me, that's just something that I don't need to be involved with. And that's not truth. That's their truth. Okay? And it's okay for them to believe it, but you're not going to ram it down my throat and say I have to believe it, because I don't. And I rejected that. Okay? But lately I came back to my faith based on what I think it is. Okay? That's based on my values. Okay? That's based on who I am and what I want. Okay, whether somebody else like it or not, that's their problem. Okay, I'm done I'm done people pleasing. I'm not people pleasing. I'm pleasing myself for the first time in my life, and I feel good. And if somebody else don't like it, that's their problem. That's their insecurity. You should keep that over there. Okay, we
Yeah.
have to face the reality. Okay, period. Somebody else's reality, that's theirs. It could be distorted. It could be
Right.
whatever. Leave them where they at. Okay?
Yeah. That's one thing that I just recently started coming to grips with, is that not everybody is going to wake up out of this. Not everybody is going to eventually see the light. They could be, a bullet to the head, and like they still wouldn't denounce it, like nothing is going to get through these people, like at all. It happened in Germany. It's happening now. And so leaving that negativity behind and not letting that affect us, not letting people who are spreading disinformation, um, affect us, because we have the power to combat it. Whether or not our platforms are as large, spreading the word helps. And every single person, like Margaret said, that sees your post, that reads a post, whether it's one person, whether it's 100 people, it got out to somebody, made somebody think. Eventually that whatever it was might come out in another form, and it's just going to continue. Like, that's the thing, is we have to be rapid fire with spreading information that's true, because the way that they're spitting out the disinformation, it's like violently, it's infecting people's brains and affecting the ability to think critically. So we have to do everything that we can, whether that's here, whether that's in person, whether that's, mentioning something to somebody at the grocery store, like, dang, the prices on this shit went up, didn't it? And get the topic rolling. Like, these are things that we have the power to do. We have the power to spread the truth and make people start to open their eyes. But some people just will not. And those people we're just going to have to let them be. We can only focus on ourselves and those who want to better themselves and those who want, whatever it might be that they want in the future. But if you don't want those things, if you just don't have empathy towards humans, if you don't have a regard for anybody but yourself, then that's okay. But I feel like there's way more of us than there are of them. And I do feel like there's still a lot of people that have yet to wake up that just need something to hit in a certain way. So it's important to just do what you can. That's how I feel.
Yes, and in addition to that, reframing hope is this past year. I have had to cut a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Okay, not because I wanted to, but because we had different ideologies, and it conflicted with
Mhm.
my values. And,
Right.
and and as long as I continue to accept that,
Mhm.
felt dark and deep inside. Okay, when I started cutting people off, I can sleep now. I can eat.
Mhm.
I'm even feeling healthier because there's a lot of people out there that's closest to you that are envious and jealous, and they don't want to see you succeed because they are down here and they want to keep you down here too.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the same with this narcissistic regime. I said I wasn't going there, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
part
see what I'm
of
saying?
yeah, you keep
I'm
it's
sorry.
embedded.
It is because
And it's not even
and
politics. We just call it political, but really it's just human life. It's just life. It's how do we, help society and civilization, human beings, how do we help them do better? That's all that it is. That's all that it should be.
not just that, do better, but we have to cope with all the shit while it's going on. Okay,
Right.
because the shit is so disturbing. It just unearth your whole being. Everything that you thought and knew was true. Everything is coming into question. It's like, what the fuck? Who am
Yeah.
I now? What's going on?
Mhm.
Okay. We constantly have to make these adjustments with all this crap going on that we didn't even account for. This not even ours that we have to accept. This stuff is being rammed down our throats.
Mhm.
So it's like, damn.
It's a lot.
Okay.
You
It's
know,
too
it's
much.
it's too
It
much,
is.
but we're gonna have to find ways, and those ways are going to be different, but we're gonna have to find ways to make sure that we are still keeping ourselves informed, because even if we can't mentally handle whatever it might be, everything that's happening and unraveling right now affects us. And I don't know how to say, I'm not anybody to judge how long it should take somebody to realize something, right? Like there's still things, you know, I, I'm learning things every single day, and things are clicking every single day. I'm in my 40s now, and like the amount of stuff that's just ingrained in our heads and everything is just important, I feel like, to I don't really know how to say it. Um it's just a lot that's being thrown at us, and I think that the sooner we realize, uh and again, that's going to take different amounts of time for everybody, but as soon as we realize, like, really just come to grips with the fact that this is real life. Men, wealthy, powerful men, like to rape children. Wealthy, powerful men enjoy sodomizing and sadism and all kinds of dehumanizing things. Like, that's just inherent in some people's nature for some reason or another, but it just is. It sounds insane. It sounds crazy to think that there's a cabal of people who talk about pizza and chicken parmesan and jerky and, things like that. Like, this sounds like a conspiracy, right? Sounds familiar, right? But like, this is the thing, is they have these tactics and ways to make us forget about it and feel like we're going crazy. That's the thing, is our whole lives we've been gaslit. It's like all a mind fuck. And, I've been talking a lot about MK Ultra and mind control from the CIA. And This plays a part of it, like, our brains right now, we're so powerful right now, and we
No,
have spreading.
I just want to say that we have, beyond all of the darkness, we have to find light and hope. And that's what
Yep,
we're here to bring. While all this stuff is going on,
right,
I said, okay, we have to look at things from a holistic standpoint,
right,
because otherwise, if not, we are dead. Okay.
right.
And we need our energy. We need the
Yeah,
positivity. We need all of these things to persevere. So
absolutely.
within this hope, what we have to do, we have to establish these our boundaries.
Mhm,
Okay. We have to eliminate the noise. Okay. And then we have to focus on our work. But in the midst of that, we need to continue community building.
right.
Okay. So we can all help each other to get through these difficult times.
Mhm,
Okay. Just to sit and be able to listen to somebody else's stories, for somebody to hold space for you, is so therapeutic in itself.
yeah,
Okay. And so how can we continue to bring people together within our community, and within the community, all of these communities, we can all come together like we doing, you and
yeah.
I. You
Well,
and I and Will and Walter
yeah,
and Nick. We all are embracing each other to make this huge, huge community where we can support each other and we can grow internationally. And that's what we're all doing today. And how we can continue to bring each other together to uplift the masses. We can't do it alone. It's just too much.
no,
We have to
but
do it this way.
yeah, we have to do it this way, and I'll say that for everybody listening right now, you can I'm like, I don't know if I've ever, like, stated it, but I am open to having anybody on. I'm just kinda getting started, and I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I'm reaching out to people, and I don't know if it's, like, the right way to do things, so I'm just kind of like, I'm not a journalist. I've never, I've been a very, like, shy kind of, whatever person, and so just, like, navigating all of this is, like, different to me. So, if you feel uncomfortable on camera, as I do, I'm still doing it, but, if you feel uncomfortable to the point where, that's what's stopping you from being on here, you can shut your camera off. A lot of people do that, and they still have very thoughtful conversations, and, not about even just about politics, but just about experiences in life, and you just learn so much about a person and certain things that you didn't know. And so, like, don't let the camera make you too shy. Whatever you have to say, you have everybody has something important to say. Everybody has some sort of experience they can share. And people want to hear that. And, that's what's going to keep us all connected and growing as we go through the things that we're going through right now. But we have to stay connected with each other and just keep fostering, that community, and just pushing people to do the same. Tell people if they, "Oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you went through that. Have you ever talked about it? You should write about it." Or, I think, like, everybody's experiences is just so important. So don't think for a second just because you have 1 or 2 followers or, whatever, that it's just there's no point. It's going to pick up, and the more that you interact with people like us and everybody that are, in these chats and these communities, you're going to, when you follow us or when you subscribe and you start seeing more of our content, that's how we get this ball rolling. And, it's grown exponentially. So we have a lot of power, and we can overwhelm and flood the zone with good and combat everything if we just, don't be afraid to utilize that. And your weirdo friend talks about, the community a lot. I don't know if you've talked to them,
Yes, I
Margaret.
have. Yes, I
Okay.
have. And we're gonna be talking soon too.
Yeah, yeah. So she has, they have so many, like, just great tips on community. And, they talk about how they said the other day, and it's so true, but they said the other day that people are more scared to talk to people in their neighborhood than they are of fascism. And it's like, oh my God. Yes, I hate that about myself, but I'm terrified. I am. But I also am terrified for my life, and I know I was just talking about this yesterday, I know that I don't want to be here when ICE comes in my neighborhood and have to wonder who's an op and who's not, because there are people I've seen people here on Substack talk about how, they do have neighbors, they're in neighborhoods where neighbors will call ICE and rat you out. So, these are things that, like, we have to really stop letting our fear we have to connect. So it's like, why are we scared to connect? It just like it doesn't make any sense. So I think that's a really important point. And just, if you don't follow them already, like go do that because there's just so much a wealth of information about things that we can do to organize and grow this community, this daisy chain of people that are going to help each other organize in their neighborhoods and, you know, just be a place of safety and comfort in a time like this, an ally. We need all of the allies that we can get, and there's more of us than them. We're just too afraid, all of us, even a lot of them, we're all just like too afraid to do that. But I see it's growing. I see people talking about their experiences and things like that. And, it's just like we're in such a dire time right now that nothing else matters. Like nothing should scare us more than what's happening right now. You know what I mean? So let's just build on that and let's just come together and just become stronger as a civilization and as a people because that's the only way we're going to overcome all of this stuff. So everybody here has a voice. Everybody here has power and knowledge and what you do with that is everything right now.
And so what I did was, last year I kind of kept myself in this little group of content creators. But this year I decided I was going to reach out to people that I had never done before. Okay. To see every time you do a collaboration with someone, you get an opportunity to get in front of a different audience. Other audiences get an opportunity to see you and to see your content. And then that's how we are continuing to rise together. So I am forming partnerships like, the whatever show, Dana Du Bois, okay? Dubois, and all of these other people in which we have common goals and common interests. Okay,
Right.
hey, how can we communicate? How can
Yeah.
we collaborate? How can
Hmm.
we raise people's consciousness together? Okay,
Yes.
how can we make a difference collectively in the world? And that's what we're doing. I'm continuing to reach out new people
Hmm.
every day,
Yeah.
connecting. That's what we have to do. Connect. Okay,
Yeah.
and then cultivate and nurture. Okay? That's how we grow together,
We grow.
stronger and wiser. Okay? So we can't live in this world alone. Okay? People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. That was Barbara Streisand. I loved her.
Mhm.
Okay? Okay? And it's true. Okay? Do your part.
Yeah.
And if everybody, my father used to say, if everybody sweep in front of their door, the whole world would be clean. Before you start talking about your neighbor's house, okay, we have to clean up our house. Clean up
Mhm.
our house, then we can go help somebody else. Hey, you need some help over there? Let me come over there and help you. Okay? We have to come from a position of strength, okay? Abundance. If our cup is
Mhm.
overflowing, then the overflow is to help other people's rise. Okay? So that's what we need to be about. Every day, I'm out
Yeah.
there trying to uplift others. Okay?
Exactly.
Like, that's how we make a difference in the world. I have problems, okay, just like everybody else. Okay? We have to get out of our comfort zone. Okay? If we help somebody else, that's helping to uplift us. Then I can say, oh, I feel so much better because I helped Sally over here and she needed some help. She was in despair. Okay? That automatically makes you a part of this change that we want to see in the world. What can you do today? Okay? Each and every one of us. I ask myself that today. Every day. What can I do today to make a difference? Okay? So, why hope is radical for marginalized leaders, okay? These systems benefit when we are coming from our whole selves, okay? And burnout makes you easier uh, to manage,
It does. That's why
okay?
we've been so complacent and, all of these years. But that's not, that's not our fault. That's a product of, essentially propaganda and, all of that stuff. So let's, we're waking up and let's just continue waking people up as much as we possibly can and using our voices.
Yes, because we can't do it all alone. Because I
No.
am a perfectionist, and I like things done a certain way. Okay, but I
Yeah.
realize, like I told you earlier, we can't get to 100% ever. So if I get to 90%, that's good. I'll take it. Okay. Some things you just can't beat things to death. You have to accept things for what they are. Eventually, hey, you can modify the plan along the way. But there's no such thing as perfection.
Mm.
So good enough. Okay. Next, move to the next thing.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You can always come back and modify it later. Okay.
Mhm.
It's a living document.
That's true. Yeah. That's
Okay.
very true. So don't let that stop you either. And I say that as somebody who does that every single day. It takes me like 5 days to finish writing something because I check the sources and it's just like, but it's ridiculous. It's because I'm a perfectionist. I'm too hard on myself and I like, who cares? I just need to get the news out there. And like you said, I can always edit it, put a note later and fix, retract whatever, is wrong if there's anything that needs to be edited or, I made a mistake or something. Um, but just stop. Don't have faith in yourself. We have to have faith in ourselves.
If you don't have faith in yourself, who else going to have faith in you?
Right. And like
like a
you said,
politician, like a
yeah.
politician, for example. He is so
Mhm.
he's so 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 positive about himself. He's almost arrogant, and he'll tell you, "Oh, I can walk on water. I can do this. I can do that," and he can't do shit. But he has to come up with a good game. He has to make you believe it. So in order to make you believe it, he has to first believe it himself. The same thing with us. Am I right?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, like, we have to put on our own life vest and take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves and, realize what values we really value and what are our morals and what are our boundaries and how are we going to work around those things and, not focus so much on the things that are trying to distract us or trying to worry us. We need breaks as much as we can, but also don't let it get you down because that's what they want to do. And, everything that they want is everything that's not good for us. So we should want to do the complete opposite.
And the other thing is silence maintains comfort for others. Speak the hell up, okay? When you see something that's wrong, don't be complicit and turn your head, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's that victim, that person being victimized today could be you tomorrow, or one of your family members. So speak the hell up,
Mhm.
okay?
I
Don't
know.
allow that shit to happen. Period. When you see shit is wrong, okay, somebody saying something wrong. I had a live a week ago, and this guy came and disrespected. I'm like, you are not allowed to do that here. You have to show people, okay? You don't accept anything,
Mm-mm.
okay? No, disrespect is not acceptable. I don't give a damn who it is. Could be the president of the United States. I tell him that's disrespectful, and you don't talk to me like that. I don't give a damn who you are.
Exactly.
Period. Okay, and self doubt keeps us power concentrated, okay? Power, what they say about power, they say it corrupts absolutely or something, okay? Because when people get the power, they get the ego. And then
Mm.
that's where the problems begin. It's all about them. It's not about anybody else. They don't give a damn about nobody else. That's the type of leader that we need to avoid. And these are the type of leaders that's not going to show their selves until after they're elected. Then sometimes the mask fall off before, but most times it doesn't. It stay
But
intact
we
until
have to
after.
if you have discernment, it's come off way before, you know.
Yeah, right? Like, here's the same crap over and over again. It's the
Mhm.
same story being told. It's just a different person.
Well, you call that out to the people next to you. Don't like, you really believe what he's saying? Did you just hear what he said? Did you know that da 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 da, like if you're at the grocery store and you hear somebody spewing some bullshit like, the economy is something, be like, "Oh, that's actually not true, blah, blah, blah," and walk away or engage in a, dialogue. Well, I would probably walk away because I would assume there's a lot of MAGA where I live, so a lot of the dudes here are jerks. Um, but needless to say, don't let them get away with lying in public. If people are around and you hear somebody saying something that's actually like completely false, like complete lie, just call it out, you know? And maybe they'll be willing to have dialogue or, whatever, or you don't, but don't let them put that into the atmosphere and not have somebody come back, because if somebody's sitting there and they hear what they say and nobody says anything, they're just gonna go about their day. If they hear somebody pipe up and say, "Hey, that's actually not true." That's, like, something normally people don't experience, like hearing conflict or, like a verbal discourse like that in public. So that's gonna make somebody think whether or not they think who is right, it's whatever, but that's gonna make people think. So use your voice every single time you can.
Yeah, I don't forgot what year they brought in the fact check. I don't. It was probably during the. I don't know if it was during Trump's first administration or not.
Okay.
All the news was doing the fact checking of when they were doing these what you call them,
Sale?
these town halls or whatever. They were doing the fact checking and see what
Mhm.
information, because what they'll do is then come back with conflicting information, and then you all confused. Like, what is it? Is it the first thing he said, or is it the second thing? They do that shit on purpose.
Right,
Okay,
right.
okay. So we have to pay attention to all of these things, pay attention to the signs, and pay attention to what your body telling you. Because when he's talking
Yeah,
and your body might start to feel heavy, you start feeling uneasy, that's because the person is lying. Okay?
yeah.
Flat out.
Mhm.
Flat
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
It will tell you.
And if they can't give you a proper response, if they give you a response like, "I don't know what you're saying right now," for instance, then they're lying. They're full
Right.
of shit. So,
Right.
yeah.
Or if they get angry when you're asking a question, why are you getting angry? Okay, why are
Mhm.
you getting defensive?
Right.
Okay, what are
Yeah,
you
those.
trying to hide? What are you
Mhm.
hiding? Okay, this goes into personal relationships too. All these
Yeah.
things that they use. This is school book. Okay, this is school book.
For women who have experienced it, at least, and I sorry about that.
That's okay.
Women
It's
who
all
have
good.
experienced it, and those of us who are able to pattern spot, like, that's why life is so infuriating, because I'm being lied to every single day, and I don't like my intelligence being insulted. And I don't like that people are putting out and disinformation, and people on the news aren't combating it, and not correcting it. But luckily there are, news sources who do, like us here, and, BBC and some other, you know, national, international news sources. But yeah, um, just I don't let them get away with lying about anything. We have power to push the truth and what's right, and, make people think. We're all, I can only speak for myself, but Margaret, I think you just said the same, that you're willing to have conversations with, anybody. And I'm, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, if you ever want to come on live with me and talk about something, I do have another channel that I haven't really started yet, but that's like a more kind of personal, when it comes to like mental health, parenting, race, things like that are intersectional with politics, but like can be a deeper focus. And so if there's anything that you would like to see, if you want to come talk about an experience that you had because you think it's important and people should be aware, um, feel free to message me because I want everybody to be able to use what they have and be able to push out, what they need to push out, just to overwhelm everybody with truth right now. So,
Absolutely, because all we're being surrounded with is lies, and I question
mhm,
everything and everybody. Okay,
mhm,
so Hope says, "I see the barriers clearly. I refuse to let them define my capacity. I will act anyways." Okay, despite I didn't get this far to fail or for somebody to impede my mission. Okay.
yep,
So,
exactly.
I was going to see right quick if anybody had any questions,
Yeah,
but they can reach out to you. They can reach out to me. We're
mhm,
here. We're building this community so
yeah,
we can all thrive together. Okay,
yep,
and that's what we're about here. Do you have
right.
any closing statements or any suggestions or recommendations, Natasha?
Um, Always. But again, I just want to reiterate that we all have power. So if you're scared to go live and don't want to show your face, you can still have a publication and still, talk and speak without having to, go on camera. There's people that are going to be willing to listen, I promise. And, don't be afraid to use whatever strengths you have. And, if you feel strongly about something and you're just kind of too scared to do it, but it would be good, then just do it. And just know that there are people around you who feel the same because we have this community here. And then also, if you subscribe and if you subscribe to any of us, if we all subscribe to each other, we've got these email lists. So, should anything happen to Substack, we're still able to have that community and resources and things like that so we can keep in touch with each other because it's important to stay connected as much as possible right now because they're trying to split us apart. So we have to come together like magnets.
Also want to say is when I first started going live, I went live with Sue Reed. Okay, I was terrified. I said, "Come on, Sue, go live with me." Okay, and I've been going live ever since. If you're afraid, find somebody that you have some connection with, and just
Mhm.
ask them. Let's go live together. Okay,
Yeah.
I see more and more people out there going live. If you don't want to go live by yourself, then
Somebody will
find
do it
somebody
with you.
else.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, a lot of the lives I've done, a lot of content creators never went live before, and I went live with them to give them the confidence to let them know you can do this. Like last week, I went with AJ. He had never went live before, so yeah, I can't say that
Yeah.
I can go live with everybody on Substack, but
Right. There
uh,
are limits.
you
We do
know,
have our boundaries.
yeah, but I like going live, so I like helping boost people up. So
Yeah.
you guys help to boost each other up. Go live together, okay?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
you'll find something in common, okay? And
Yeah.
that's what I suggest.
It's like a roller coaster, if you wanna go live, but you're scared, you're always gonna find somebody in a chat or somewhere that will go live with you. You'll always have a pair or more, so don't be
And do
shy.
it right, and do it because you guys got a lot of knowledge and expertise. I see you. I go through notes every day. Okay, I see your notes. I see your articles. I see your videos. I see your even a lot of people start doing their audios. Good. Keep it
Mhm.
up. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Now let's see more collaborations from you guys too. Okay. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep you too long. And Natasha, thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Oh,
Okay.
it was I'm so glad that you reached out to me and took that first step. So I will definitely pass that on and we're going to keep connecting. So thank you all so much for joining. And, I really appreciate everybody who watches. And if you don't subscribe already, I would really appreciate your support. You don't have to pay. I'm trying to push out as much content as I can. And that's why I'm having these talks to remind myself that I don't have to be perfect. And so, your subscription just gets the news out. And so, whether you're paying or not, I appreciate you listening. And, if you take something from that, I love that. So that's what it's about.
Make sure to include Natasha K's publication. Okay, I support you. Okay, and if you need something, you can you can reach out. Okay, like-minded people, we need to stick together. This is
Yeah.
community. Okay, I got you. Okay, love
Right.
each and every one of you guys. Okay, stay positive. Okay, we got you. Thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much.
Bye,
All right.
Margaret.
Bye bye.